There's one last part of weldments that I'd just quite like to show you that might be helpful to you. I know it's been helpful to me. But weldments work really well with 3D sketches. You can see we've got a 3D sketch in here. And if you're anything like me, I'm not very experienced with 3D sketches. I've not used them hardly at all. They don't come up very often in what I use. But from time to time, having a 3D sketch can be really handy. Problem with 3D sketching itself is when you try to fully define them, unless you're very good at it and you've used them a lot, visually the orientation of them on the screens when they're moving between one plane and another, for me, my brain's not wired up that way, and I find it hard to visualize, and it would take a long time. I'm sure I would get there, but it would take a long time. So it's quite a clever way in which you can create a 3D sketch which you might want to use, which I just want to show you. So here you can see we've used some weldments with some box section just to create some steel around a shape that's rather like a house, basically, just to illustrate this. But if I roll back and show you how this is created, if we show the hidden bodies, we can just roll back through the screen. First thing I did was do a boss extrude just to create a solid body that is the shape of the house. Okay, and then here where we get 3D sketch down the bottom, the next thing, I'll just show you how that part works, how to create that, and then you just go on then to use the weldments. What you can do is go up to the sketch box. So go in the sketch tab, not features tab, sketch tab. Up here you can see the sketch up here, and there's a drop down. Click on the drop down, and that's how you can start a 3D sketch. So go 3D sketch, and then you can see up here we've got our normal sketch, so we can open and close here, and just shift and pick on all these lines here one at a time, making sure you get them all. If you want to make it easier to grab, you can just put a filter on, pick all of these lines. I think I've got all of those there. Let's pick that one. Not sure we got that one. Got that one. Spin it around and get the ones on this side that we've not got. So holding down the shift key, so we select them all. Then just go up to convert entities, and there you go, instantaneously. Let's just exit out of the sketch and hide the body away. There you go, you've got a 3D sketch. Oh, I missed one there. Let's grab that one. Show hidden bodies. Let's bring that back. Edit our 3D sketch, and let's see if we can just highlight that one. Convert entities. Exit our 3D sketch, and let's hide the body away. Now I've hidden the sketch away. It's a bit silly. Undo hide sketch. Just click on the body. Hide that away, and then you can see you've got a nice 3D sketch there that you can add weldments to. So that's a really kind of cool way of doing it, because if you go back to this original boss extrude, edit the sketch, and you wanted to make this, I don't know, only 6,000 long, and it should update, and then you've got some control over your 3D sketch without having to use lots of 3D sketch tools, which is, so there's lots of ways you can kind of use this with curves and shapes and panels. It's just quite a good way to manage doing something if you're not used to doing it, if you need to do something quickly. And then let's just delete that out now, out of the tree. So take that away, go back to our original one, which of course is driven by the same body, so that's why it's picked up the changes the same. And then you can see we've got all our weldments in here, and you can muck around with all how that kind of works with all your miters and so on, just to get an idea of how the weldments work. Anyway, hope this helps you click less and saves a little bit of stress, and I'll see you next time.